Hey guys, it's Steph. Welcome to my channel. I just went for a beautiful but short walk on the beach, sat in my little spot, thought about life. Actually, not really for long. I tried to get a picture for the gram, and the wind blew my phone towards me, like downwards, and I got a small chip on the glass on my screen, and the picture wasn't even good. It was okay. Here, look, I'll put it right there. Anyways, this is the story of my life. I dropped the kids off. They're at their art camp, not at school, but still. Went for a little walk on the beach, got a little coffee. Now I'm going to the grocery store, which she's looking a little crowded. Nothing too crazy. It's weird that it's a Friday because, gosh, the last week went by so fast. As you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to give you guys an update, but I just wanted to check in and say hello really quick. And then I'm going to go get some groceries, and then I'm going to go home and sit down and give you a small update, give you a little silly story time. It's really quick and brief, but I'm parking and I will check in with you guys soon. Okay, so here's my little update. Long story short, and some of you may know this, but we are living in my parents-in-law's house, and we have this house for 2 more months until they come back from Italy in October. They go to live in Italy. They own a home there, and they stay there for 6 months of the year. They generally rent out this house, but we have been essentially renting it from them, and we were hoping to be buying and moving into our own house by the time that they were coming back in the fall, because it has been an entire year that we've lived here now. And then this portion, this last few months, combined with the 2 months that we have left until they come back, we were thinking that 5 or 6 months would be enough time to get mortgage approved, do a little house hunting, and then hopefully be able to be moving into our house. But it looks like that is just not going to be the case, and we are going to have to come to terms with the fact that we're going to have to rent for, well, probably a year, because that's how most rentals go. There are short-term options, maybe sometimes they cost more, they might be hard to come across. When we rented in the winter while Gary's parents were back here in Ireland living in their home, we got, like, literally, long story short, the most incredibly lucky scenario you could ever come across. So that was great, but we don't have that opportunity available again. So it looks like we're gonna have to rent. Also, long story short, we're still not mortgage approved. It's just somewhat of a lengthy process as it is. I think in Ireland, from what I gather, it might be a little bit tougher in general. Sometimes I wish I could get into the details more, and it's not that I don't want to share. I just am not the greatest and the most knowledgeable when it comes to those sort of things. I wish I was. I understand the importance of being more involved and knowing more, but I just don't. Anyways, so that's the update. It looks like we're gonna have to move into a rental, somewhere to rent, and do that for probably a year, because that's, like I said, generally how it goes. Rentals go for a year at a time. So as much of it is like a really big bummer, I mean, especially it's just because my husband has a good salary. We have definitely enough for a down payment. We can definitely afford a mortgage. It's just gonna be a bummer to go and spend more money per month that, you know, is essentially, that it's not going towards anything, and it's money that we could be using towards a house, and we're more than capable. Like, we've already owned a house, we sold the house, we did well, so we've been here a year. So it's disappointing in all of those aspects, but we are still so grateful to be here, and I don't mean to be complaining. Like, we still have so much to be grateful for and thankful for, and just the opportunity to move to Ireland is so appreciated, and it's so beautiful. And so, you know, definitely try to look at the bright side. And all that being said, the evening that we were sitting down and, like, kind of getting realistic, like, listen, boo, we have 2 months left here and we're not even mortgage approved. My husband was actually remaining quite hopeful, and I always just do kind of go along with it, because he is really good at managing the money and everything. And he's fantastic, but he's got like so much on his plate at work. And that has not really been helpful either when it comes to like what he needs to do on his end to get things ready for the bank and to be getting mortgage approved. So, but what I was gonna say is that as we were kind of saying like, hey, we're probably gonna really have to rent again. I didn't feel quite as bad as I thought I would, but I think partially what kind of offset the disappointment was we happened to be looking at daft.ie and we were looking at the rentals that happened to be on the website like that day and that time. And there was a few on there that were like, okay, like that's actually kind of nice. You know, looks clean, updated, good area, or this or that. I mean, when I say options, there's like literally only 2 or 3. And I just kind of thought to myself like, oh, well, if we live in one of those, that will kind of like offset the disappointment, you know? Well, very, very quickly, I did think, would we actually be able to even land one of these rentals even if we acted immediately? Like what I mean by that is there going to be a lot of demand. Like if we emailed right now, would they even like reach back out to us? Maybe they have like a bunch of other inquiries going into them and maybe we won't even get the chance to like view the property or anything. Well, basically that was last week and I'm already figuring out that I was right in thinking those things. Some that we reached out to didn't even get back to us or were already, you know, off the market by the time, you know, they saw our email. Anyways, so it looks like it's gonna prove to be at least semi-difficult to even get somewhere to rent, but you know, we're gonna keep trying. We have 2 months. This brings me to a little story time that I wanted to share. I thought like I was gonna like hold off and wait and share that we were gonna rent until we actually secured somewhere. I don't know, just like in fear of jinxing it or something. But anyways, it's okay. I'm sharing now. It happened yesterday. It's not like that crazy, but it's kind of funny. I was like, oh, I wanna tell you guys like what the house was like that we went to view. So we did go to view a rental yesterday. First of all, the guy said that there was 212 people that like replied to that listing, and the company that like is renting it out for the landlord or something only replied to 9 out of the 212. And so when we got there, there was like 4 people outside waiting to be called in so that like each person or each family could like go in with the guy and have a brief talk and view the home, which that kind of scared me. Like, you know, oh boy, like look at the demand. And even when I saw the people waiting, that was before I knew that there was 212 people that reached out total. Okay, so anyways, though, I didn't like the home at all. It was like, it just looked like it wasn't looked after well. Like especially the kitchen, like it, like all the counters, like the counters, it looked like they used the actual counters as like a cutting board. Just, I don't know, it wasn't clean and it just wasn't really kept up with well. Okay, but this is the funniest part. So we were upstairs, we were in the master bedroom. I was actually in the hallway. I didn't even like hear the whole conversation, but I heard part of it and then my husband obviously filled me in afterwards. But there was a locked door in the master bedroom and the kids and I had tried to open it and, you know, we couldn't get it open. And then my husband came up with the guy and my husband's like, oh, what's in this room or what's behind this door? And he's like, it's the master bathroom or ensuite. And my husband was like, why is it locked? And the guy said something like, it's not the doors broke, but the bathroom's broke or the toilet's broke or something about the bathroom is out of order. And so my husband was like, well, or is that going to be fixed? Or like, could we ask to get that fixed? And the guy said that the landlord had that door locked for 5 years. Like whatever is about the bathroom that's like out of order or not working, instead of fixing it, he just locked the door. And the people that like had recently moved out had been living in there for 5 years with that bathroom door locked for 5 years. Like, anyways, so that situation just put even more of a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth for like what we're gonna maybe have to like go through to find somewhere to rent. But I just thought like, it was so funny. Like, what about the bathroom could need to be repaired and cost so much money that like you'd rather just lock the door and have somebody living there for 5 years, like without the bathroom in use? It doesn't give you any faith in the landlord. Like it doesn't give you any faith in the situation that if that's how they handled that one problem, like you wouldn't want to be renting from them. I'm looking at the time, 10 minutes I've been sat here talking for. Obviously I will probably edit this up a little bit, but now I'm just like talking. I'm in like such a talking mood. So anyways, I'm gonna get going. I have to go pick up the kids and I'll check in with you later. Hello again. As you guys can see here in this clip, I just did a little bit of cupboard organizing. It really actually only ended up taking a few minutes, even more brief than I thought. Now I'm kind of just hanging out. I'm gonna make spaghetti carbonara for dinner tonight. Because is it called spaghetti carbonara, because Molly loves that. Like she discovered that she loved it when we were in Spain. So I'm gonna do that. You don't really need much for it, but yeah, I picked up some bacon and some fresh, I got Parmesan. I think maybe there's a better official option, but anyways, we're gonna do Parmesan and it's gonna be freshly grated, so that's nice. These are a couple of the beautiful artwork pieces that the girls made at their art camp. That one is Molly's. Wait, right? Yeah, that one's Molly's. And that's Kiva's. Or it's like, I don't know, all kids' artwork is just like so cute to me. But yeah, they did several, like probably a painting a day. But they framed, the kids got to pick their favorite, and so yeah, and they framed them, so that's so cute. Which actually I would love to, like, because I can tell those are from IKEA, so go back and get a couple more and then have like 2 to 4 total for each kid and then hang them in their rooms, even if not now, like when we move to maybe our rental, or maybe a miracle will happen and we'll get a mortgage and move into a house in 2 months. A girl can dream. Yeah, because I've always wanted to do that. For years, I can remember this one Pinterest picture specifically of just like a design in a way that somebody displayed their kids' artwork in frames on the wall, which is not like, I know it's not groundbreaking, but it was just cute the way that the picture was on Pinterest. So I've edited most of this video. I mean, the main thing is the update and a little bit of what we did in a day in the life. It's midsummer. We're already halfway through summer break. Summer break. And I don't know, things are going good. Like, I know, and you know, I just shared that I'm like kind of disappointed with maybe the way things are gonna be going with the living situation, but like, I don't know, so much to be thankful for. Okay, and then first of all, sorry, because I know what I'm about to say, I always say, but I want to say, I feel like I've said this in another vlog, just so I'm not repeating myself too much, but you know, not everyone has watched all my vlogs anyways, but what I wanted to say is thank you so much, like, to every person that comments, emails me, reaches out on Instagram, because I actually, a couple people, when I went onto my Instagram today, I got a message from somebody like I've already been in communication with. Like I've chatted with her before, I should say. We follow each other on Instagram. She's so sweet, like, and it's funny because she's saying that I'm so sweet. I'm like, you're so sweet. And then I had like somebody newer reach out and said like that, you know, we have a lot in common, and you know, is it okay if she has a couple questions for me? Which, like, totally. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, A, it's just cool to connect in general. But B, I'm like glad if I can be of any help or any support or any like encouragement. Like, I like to think that like maybe just you guys seeing my day-to-day life and seeing how happy we are with our decision ultimately. Not that there's not ups and downs or anything, but even that in itself like is reassuring, because I know, like I've said earlier in this video and other videos, I'm not the greatest at answering some of the like logistical questions about moving and stuff like that, and I'm really sorry for that. I try to be better. I'll do the best I can, and maybe you're like me and I'm making you feel better, because if I can do it, you can do it. Anyway, where am I going with this? Thank you guys for reaching out. Like, you have no idea how much it means. And it's funny because I'll see bigger creators like with millions of subscribers or something, and they're like, YouTube is my favorite platform. Like, the support and the kindness. And here's like little old me with like 600, which seems like a lot to me. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not like, oh, I have a little following, but it's relatively small in the whole scheme of things. So, but even I feel like, oh my God, everyone's so great and so nice. Like, and I just really appreciate it. Yeah, it was cute. The girl that like I have chatted with before, she was like, I feel like we're friends. I'm like, we are friends. We're all friends here. Besides the guy that said that my voice was so annoying that it was nauseating. I can't change my voice. But if I could, honey, I wouldn't be on YouTube doing vlogs. I would be doing music videos, and I would be sounding like Ariana Grande. Because low-key, I do love singing. Don't ask me to sing, because I won't. My secret dream is that I always wished I was a singer. I sing around my house plenty, and that makes me happy. Okay, I've spent 5 minutes trying to wrap up this video, so I'm gonna really do it now. I love you guys already. I really appreciate you watching, appreciate you commenting, liking, subscribing. But if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I will see you in another video. Bye.